Hello, welcome to Star Wars Spelt Out. I'm your host, Josh Chapman, and today, returning guest. Been too long. Oh my goodness. Always, every time we get people on for the first time, it's like, oh, that was great, let's get you back. But like, she's just gone off and done her own thing. She don't need this podcast. Let's get her on. Maria, from Sistas from Sabers. How's it going? Great to see you.
Hi, how are you? It's been a while. Gosh.
It's been ages.
Yeah, it's been a while. Glad to be back. Yeah, I feel like our chats are always a lot of fun too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I know we sort of chat online in the real world and things, but I remember like when we first sort of got in contact, you were just sort of talking about, hey, I want to start a podcast. Like, what should I do? I'm like, just do it. Don't worry about anybody else. Just do your thing. Don't wait. Just start. And you won't need to worry about people asking you to come on to stuff. And like, what are we, a year, 2 years down the track? You've just like, you know, got your own empire going on. Yeah.
I don't know about empire, but
your own empire.
I followed your wise advice and decided to just go for it. So yeah, it's been an incredible ride. With Sistas, we just added a new member.
Yep.
So we're gonna have her on next week.
So how does that work? Is there like an audition process? Is it like Idol? Do you guys sort of sit there with the big cups and?
Absolutely not. The drafting process is: do you like Star Wars? Great. Do you have a microphone?
Nice.
That's about it. And if you don't, I'll mail you one out. You know, and I've done that for many of the girls before.
Microphone optional.
I just want as many voices out there as possible. So I do whatever I have to do to get that to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, the show's been great. We're moving into year 2. I was lucky enough to help boost a platform for father and son, get another voice of people of color out there. So that was really dope. That was one of my dreams when I first started the show, was to open the door for others.
Yep.
So that was amazing. It's been a really wild and fun ride, like seeing everything come together. I might actually have some stickers in time for celebration.
Yeah,
so
merch.
We'll do some promoting, and we'll get 6 listeners instead of just 3.
Yeah, man. Don't take my 2 listeners, okay? Like, you can have one.
We'll share the 4 listeners.
Yeah. I mean, did they have, like, the people that you sort of, like, elevating platforms and bringing in people and, like, saying, I've got to send you a microphone and stuff. Like, is the same, like, the reaction I think that they probably have is similar to you, when you came to myself and other podcasters and stuff, and they just go, oh, this is all I need, this is easy, like, damn it, like, what the hell,
why didn't I do that? Yeah,
I didn't have to go to podcasting like university or
no
anything
you
like
learn
that.
As you go. And one of the things I've been doing on my side time, when I do have side time, when I'm not momming or washing or cleaning or cooking or working my other full-time job, which is 60 hours a week, I am going back on old shows and kind of re-editing now that I'm a little bit wiser.
Well, hang on. Are you special editioning your own podcast, Maria?
I am.
Are you putting some CG dewbacks in here?
I am. I'm going to throw as many dewbacks as I can in there. You know what I mean? Like, you only get one chance at that Max Rebo song. Like, you got to go for it, right? The little hairy guys just like
doing a little Were you? Where were you? Like, when were the? Good jumping off. When the special editions came out, how old were you when special editions came out? If you don't mind aging yourself.
Special editions would have been
roughly,
what, 97
maybe 96,
97, prior to episode 1. So I was that was before high school, so that would have been junior high for me.
Yep.
I was
it on your radar
Wonder
then?
Woman comics.
Was Star Wars on your radar then?
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay. I grew up in Orlando, so I was familiar with some of the characters and stuff, but at that point in time, that stuff was for boys. So I really didn't get into it too much. I was reading comic books and Sailor Moon. Like that was my jam
Yeah,
at
nice.
that point in
So the
time.
idea of like a special edition of Star Wars that they're changing stuff meant nothing to you. You're just like, whatever, man. Like I'll just watch.
No, I had no idea about the special editions. I got all that stuff secondhand,
Yeah.
right? Because it came through the culture for me. It really didn't come through being a part of that. And I really don't understand the big deal about it. It's art. Art is ever changing. What are you gonna do?
Says the
So for me,
lady
it wasn't a big
re-editing her
deal.
podcast now. She's just like, hey, man,
Well, I
my
mean,
art is in constant flow.
it is. It's always in motion is the future,
Hey, man,
right?
they repainted the
And
Sistine Chapel, so come on. That's
what are you gonna do? But I do like to go back, and sometimes I'll listen and I'll cringe because it's like, oh, that could have been so much better, And I want people to, if they're hearing it for the first time, hear the best version of our
yep,
show, if that's possible.
yep. I don't think
I
I've
don't know if
ever.
there is a great version of our show, but if there is, I want them to hear it.
Well, the
So
crazy
yeah.
story, the craziest re-editing story I know is the bad motivators guys, Eric and
Oh,
Eric,
those guys are
Eric,
great.
Eric, the big Taylor Swift fan, would put a Taylor Swift song at the end of every episode until they
Yeah,
all
I
got
noticed.
copyright striked and they all got taken off the internet. So he had to
Nice.
go back and edit every episode and take Taylor
Oh,
Swift out of his
so
podcast.
that's why they were gone.
Mm,
Okay, I never even understood why they were gone.
Taylor don't play.
I'm able to I'm able to get away with it because like our show is like nonprofit, so
Yep.
I filed it as a nonprofit, so I
Oh,
don't get anything with
the
the
strikes.
clips. But you know what? Hey, it may happen yet. They may come for
That's a
my
sign you've
ass.
made it, though. You're just like, oh, I've made it. that's,
Yep.
that's what I
Bleep.
know when they come knocking at my door with the cease and desist stuff. Well, I don't get, I don't put music. The only music that I put in is the intro and outro that my brother did. So,
Yeah.
he hasn't put
So you're safe.
he hasn't put a cease and desist on music that he gave me, which is good. But like I get killed on the like the t-shirt designs and things. I get like copy, if I do like hey, this is a play on a sports team or this is a play on this or this, like sometimes like Axl Rose pulled one of my t-shirts, probably not personally, but like I got like a thing from like Guns N' Roses, BMG International to pull a t-shirt off, and I've done a few
That's
Australian
funny.
football ones and they've got pulled. So I've just done some new ones that have just for celebration I've just put up today.
Nice.
And I'm going, well, I hope they're there now, but they may not be there tomorrow. So we'll just...
Well, you're big time, and now you got merchandise. Like, the only thing Sistas with Sabers has is that bottle of hair grease. We've got the one bottle of Sistas with Sabers hair grease. That's all we've got to offer you.
Well, again, it's just that, it's the do-it-yourself. Like I'm a designer by trade, so it's not that tricky for me. It's just, but it's, time, mucking around, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully there'll be some stuff at Celebration. But I'm also doing the. I think I sent you. Did I send you a link? I think I DM'd everybody about the beanie hats I did last time in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah, I
doing
heard about
those
the
again.
hat. The hat is striking back,
Yeah.
as it
So
were.
you haven't confirmed if you want one or not yet. I don't even know if you want one. You don't have to take one, but
I don't know.
they're almost all gone.
I don't
So
know.
if you're listening to this, people,
Is it big enough to fit over my afro? Can
they
I
should be. They're pretty. They're pretty
can I
flexible.
stretch it over my
Yeah,
fro?
I don't want to mess up. I don't want to mess up the do or anything like that. So, and I don't know
Well,
how.
you never
Does it get
know.
cold where you are?
I've got
Where are you?
so. Oh yeah, I'm in Ohio. We're in the middle of a hailstorm right
Oh man,
now.
come on,
Actually,
come on.
yeah.
Why don't
so
I?
it's pretty
I'm going to
great
order a
weather.
few spares anyway. So maybe if you look at it, you decide you want one, you can do it on the day. You don't have,
Oh, I'm sure I'll fall in love with it when I see everyone with one, and I'll have to fall to peer pressure.
Well, it's going to
But
be
yeah,
hot. It's going to
I
be
don't
California,
know.
so it's like
Oh boy,
not really
yeah,
beanie weather.
yeah, it'll be hot. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I got like 4 suitcases full of like my Padme outfits, so
So
I'm
you're
I'm gonna
dressing
be
up.
traveling. Nah, not really. Like I am, but I'm not cosplaying. So like, one of the outfits that I'm working on with this lady, she's a African dressmaker.
Hmm.
So I asked her like, what would an emissary of Nigeria wear to a convention or something like that? And I'm just thinking like, wouldn't it be cool if like there was a planet of black folks. Like, what would that look like? I'm
Yeah.
like, so Nigeria meets space. And she's like,
Nice.
okay. She's like, I will make this.
That's
And
a
I was like,
great
thank
brief.
you. So it's pretty cool. Like the headdress is green and like it's gonna be nice.
Awesome. Is it
So
going to
I'm
be
really
like,
excited.
is it going to be sort of like easy to get around in kind of thing? Like comfortable?
We'll see. We'll see. How many steps did we put on at Celebration Orlando? So many. Jesus. It was awful. So we'll see how well I do in it.
So you were at
20 minutes later.
You're like, oh, this was a mistake. I should have just worn
Fuck
shorts and a
this.
t-shirt. God damn it.
Right.
Let me get the
Well,
photos.
I also,
and then-
right, take the pictures, go back to the hotel and change.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I also have a Sistas with Sabers shirt on the way.
Nice.
First of its kind. So that's exciting, I guess.
That's great.
You know, so we'll see how it goes. I got some stickers and whatnot in case anyone's bored.
Oh, look, you just sort of hand them. Like I just sort of had at Chicago, I had a bunch of stuff and I kind of just randomly gave them out. And it was always quite a good, like kids were quite good because, some kids get dragged along by their parents. So they just start going around collecting things. So I'm like, hey, you want a sticker?
There you go.
You want a badge or something? So I'll do a little bit of things. But again, I've got to bring everything bring it over from Australia as well. So there's only so much stuff I can bring.
Are you guys cool to leave?
Yeah, no, we're cool. I think so. We're
beautiful.
We're open.
That was a concern for a lot of people. Was like, will the Australians make it?
We've been closed for a while now. Our borders are open both ways.
Nice.
We've got a 94% double vaccination rate in Australia, so pretty much everyone's vaccinated. I'm triple vaccinated. So
yeah, because they're not idiots.
Yeah, well, we went through a lot of lockdowns, so it was a lot of dangling the carrot of like, hey, when we'll get out of this, when you will get vaccinated. So there was a bit of that. So that worked pretty well.
Well, that's the smart thing to do, right? Just like, when I was a kid, my dad's like, you can't go outside till you eat your fucking vegetables and do your homework, you know? And it worked.
Same principle.
So good on them
Yeah.
for doing it, because it's like here, everybody wants something for nothing. Like, I need to go get a haircut. Well, bitch, get the vaccine. Like, I don't want to do that. Like,
we got a few of those as well. We got a few of those, but
Yeah.
for the most part, everyone's been pretty cool, which is good. So yeah, life's pretty much just back to normal here. The football season started, so we're getting
nice
big crowds at football games and just things are on.
Nice.
So it's good. So it was looking pretty hairy there, but all the flights are booked, our accommodations booked. We're going to have a smaller crew than Chicago, just because other people got life things that are on, but we'll still we'll be representing. I'm actually coming
I heard
over.
Catherine Neen's on deck
Oh
too.
yeah, she's keen. She's
boy.
keen. Yep. So she's very excited to see everybody. So
I can't wait.
she's we're sharing a house with her and Matt Mole from 3 Men and a Baby Yoda podcast. He's coming his first celebration.
Nice.
And then Matthew
Nice.
Thurban, Turbo, I think, is coming as well. So there'll be a few of us, but we're I actually just changed the Airbnb date for a day earlier because Kenobi's dropping like the day before celebration now. And I'm like, well,
be on the plane.
I'd be on the plane. I'm like, I want to be there. So I'm going to get there that evening, I think. And then
What is that, Monday or
Tuesday night? So it's that Australia thing where you leave Tuesday night and then you arrive Tuesday night.
Tuesday.
Yeah, but then when you fly back, you leave Tuesday night and you arrive Thursday morning. You lose like a whole day of your life flying. So
Nice.
Yeah, so we're going to try and do something. We'll try and watch Kenobi and get a little crew together. So hey, if you're around, when are you getting in?
Something tells me it'll be around. Something tells me that it'll be on every screen.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be hard to find. When are you getting in?
Yeah. We leave Friday morning. No, we leave Monday morning because that's his birthday. So we'll fly in on Monday. And then Wednesday, we're going to Disneyland.
Oh, I think I am too.
Yeah.
Because Araj from the Sith list is like, we're going to Disney. And now because I'm getting there a day earlier, I'm going, oh, all right. Yeah. I've never been to Disneyland.
So we'll be there. Me neither. So we're going to do a pregame at Disneyland. That'll be dope. And then celebration and I'm gonna crash Raj's party. I heard he's gonna throw a party, so I'm
That's
just gonna
what
crash that
I
bitch.
heard. I heard that
Yeah,
too.
so I'm just gonna drink all the booze I can,
Nice.
and walk out with a couple bottles for reparations. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
I don't
It's
think.
fine.
I think that. Yeah. But you got to have your outfit on though. Like, even if you don't wear it even if you
Right?
don't wear it for all the celebration, you got to wear it at a party though.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll have something.
Well, I'm
sure.
hoping Steel does something on the Saturday. He's traditionally done an event on the Saturday night.
Oh
Haven't
boy,
heard anything
Uncle
yet.
Steel.
Haven't heard anything yet, but we'll see. He's usually a man who's got a few things cooking. So
Oh boy.
there'll be plenty of
You
stuff
never
going
can
on.
tell. Yeah.
Well, I'm supposed to
you
go to
never can tell
the
with them.
Disney at Night thing on the Friday.
Oh, you're gonna do that?
Well, because we
Okay.
booked it like 2 years ago, and then
Right.
well, I've already paid for it. So
Remember that?
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
going to be that thing where I'm like, especially if we go to Disney on Wednesday, and then everyone's going to be socializing on Friday night doing something, and we're like, well, we're
Yeah.
going to go off and party, and I'm like, oh, I've got to go to Disneyland again. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but yeah, it should be cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So who's in your crew?
For
Is it
sure.
are you whole family coming?
Just me and Tom.
Yeah.
What?
Ahsoka's
Ahsoka's 3.
not coming. Oh no.
So,
Yeah, I get it.
well, she's not fully potty trained.
Yeah,
so
right.
She goes on the potty, but sometimes there's accidents, and
Hey,
I
man.
can't think of a better way to be miserable the entire time than constantly chasing Ahsoka bare ass through the convention center. Yeah, because she will do that.
Yeah,
If
you're running
yeah.
through going, Ahsoka, and like 20 women turn around and go, yeah, hi, that's
and they're all in cosplay,
Yeah.
and there's a 3-year-old bare-assed running through there. Yeah, yeah, that'll be fun.
It's like, I saw some amazing
yeah,
Ahsoka
no.
cosplay, but the best one was the 3-year-old girl with no pants on running around with the little head tails flapping behind in the.
She's something, man. I wish I could get Montrals on her. She doesn't like anything on her head right now, so
Yeah.
that'll change with time when she sees like more hairstyles and girls doing that. I'm sure she'll get into it, but right now. You're lucky to get like a ponytail. Like she won't sit for it. But it was fun when we went to, where did we meet Ashley? Was that Lexington? And she got lost like 3 times. And I'm like, Ahsoka! And all of the girls in line to see
They're like,
Ashley
"Yeah,
Eckstein
Ahsoka."
turn around. And they're like, that's the baby's name? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh my God. And she turned into like an instant celebrity in the con. I'm like, can I take a
Nice.
picture with your baby? I'm like, I guess.
We just set a booth up next to Ashley here. We'll just get something going.
Right. Right. That was funny. And she's like, my name's Ahsoka. I'm the real Ahsoka. She's like, it's nice to meet you.
Well, all right. I'm not going to argue with the bare ass baby. Okay.
Yeah, she often is bare. Yeah. She's something. But parenting is a lot of work.
Oh yeah, man.
It really is.
Oh yeah.
She's something.
We did.
But she's getting better.
Oh, it's good. I was sort of, we were sort of organizing a time, to try and do this. You'd be like, oh, I don't know if she's not quite going to go to bed. She's not going to play ball or anything. Like, well, let's just roll with it. We'll see. It's only podcasting. It doesn't mean anything. It's not important. We've got 20 minutes in the can
it's
now.
touch and
If
go.
it happens, then does she watch? Does she watch
Well,
Bluey? Has she ever seen Bluey?
She's seen a little bit.
Not
Yeah,
a jam.
she does.
Why they
she's
talk
not
weird?
passionate about anything. She'll watch a lot of stuff passively, but she's not really like into much other than Batgirl.
Oh,
like
nice.
she loves the DC superhero girls, but
Yep.
it changes all the time with her. So I don't know. I like that though because I can put lots of different things in front of her. Lego Star Wars, Clone Wars is always popular. Look, it's me. I'm like, yep, there's you.
There's you.
And she's, look, it's me.
Has she seen the Rosario Dawson one? Has she got an opinion?
She was just really excited to see her. We filmed that reaction when it actually came
I
out.
think I saw that.
And it was dope for her to actually see it on like live action.
Yep.
That it's a real thing. It's not a cartoon thing. It's a real thing. and she's like, oh my gosh, that's me, so she enjoyed that. Yeah, it
Oh,
was cool.
nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, it's only going to get bigger, isn't it? It's in a different way. Like it's kind of
The Ahsoka thing.
yeah, just the character. I think in general, like it'll be different. It'll
Oh,
be different, but it'll have a different sort of.
yeah. I'm I am hopeful that something will happen soon. The sisters and I often talk about um, what has happened to Ahsoka,
Hmm.
and you know, um, I don't know. I don't know what that's about, but we'll see. Maybe the show will bring us closer to, because it's since that character has shown up in live action, I it's not the same for me.
Yep.
Um, the energy of the character. And I don't know if that's because Ashley's gone or if that's just, no one's writing the way they were before, but something has changed. And maybe they'll recapture it with the show.
Is it
But
an older? Is it the
I'm
fact that she's
missing
older? The youthful energy is kind of gone.
I'm missing the empathy,
Yep.
right? That way that she's able to connect with others. If I'm speaking for myself, when I think about Ahsoka, I don't think about her putting someone under the gun and forcing them to make a choice and co-signing for the Jedi of all people.
Hmm.
I don't think Ahsoka would be really keen to sign off on the Jedi. But that's my own personal opinion. Anything can happen. Maybe they'll here's the thing, if you're going to change the characters, explain to us why she
Yep.
is so dramatically different from what we remember, right? Like the last time we saw her in canon was the Martez sister arc,
Hmm.
right? And then she goes into that battle with Maul, and presumably that's the last time we see her until now. Um, and her motivations in those interactions with the Martez sisters was just to help, right? So it's very odd that this person approaches her, asks for help, and she says, "No, I can't."
Hmm.
Like it, she's never like said no to helping someone in need. So it's all really odd stuff.
Well, hopefully, I mean,
But
there's a bit of chunk of time there. Hopefully, they put some they put some bits together, and it's a similar thing with Luke Skywalker. A lot of people bristle at the way that Luke was in the Last Jedi and things as well. It's like when we left him, he was this sort of this guy with the world at his feet, and when we see him next time, he's a grizzled dude who doesn't want to help, and
yeah,
but ultimately, I really like that portrayal, and then I like where he ends up, where he sort of discovers his purpose again at the end and things. But like you need time and attention with the character and do some stuff with it, and do you reckon she'll turn up in Kenobi? Do you reckon they'll get a more younger, flashbacky?
I in my wildest dreams, I dream of a live action Clone Wars scene with Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, and hopefully Anna Diop as
Is
Ahsoka.
she
So
the
that,
lady that they've sort of? I've seen some fan art and stuff where they've kind of
yeah,
got the look. I'm like, oh, she
the
looks like
side by
her.
side,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
looking over her
Shoulder.
shoulder.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's basically a carbon copy.
Yep.
It's all right there. So she's my vote. But that's my wildest dream is that we would get that in live action where they're in the Clone Wars armor. I also would like to see like that reconciliation of Anakin and Ahsoka
Hmm.
when it's time to say goodbye. Like that would be dope. So those are my two, like, if I could have anything in Star Wars right now,
Yeah, yeah.
that's the two things that I would want. And the third thing would be justice for Val. So,
Yep.
you know. But we hope.
She could
We
be at
hope
the
and
bottom of
pray.
that pit. There could have been a trampoline or something like that, or who knows?
Well, Solo 2, maybe one day,
Hey, look,
if they get around to
I
it.
think it'll be Disney Plus. I mean, that's sort of the bigger question. It's like, does the idea of a Star Wars movie like get you going, or are you kind of just like, oh man, I think I just want these long form stories on Disney Plus. I want a bit more. Like, I'd rather have a 6 hour. Like, I'd rather have a 6 hour Kenobi series than a 2 hour
Mm.
Kenobi movie, just because I'm getting 4 hours more Kenobi.
It depends on the story, right? Like
Yeah.
if the story is compelling enough. Rogue One is an excellent example of a story that is screen worthy,
Mm-hmm.
and should be a movie, right? Because it's neat, it's compact. We know the ending, like it doesn't have to branch out into these other pieces. So I think if there's other stories like that, then I'm all for a Star Wars cinema experience again.
Yep.
I had to see Rise of Skywalker like 6 times because I had to make sure that Ahsoka's first movie in the theater was a Star Wars film, and that might have been our last chance at it.
Yeah.
So it's like I had to lock that in.
Did she make
So
it
it's
through
like,
it?
no, no, not even. We got maybe the first 20 minutes, but I took the picture of her in the chair with the popcorn,
Yep.
which is what I wanted to do. And they're like, "All right, lady, get your kid out of here." I'm like, "All
Put her
right,
pants back on.
we're going, we're going." But yeah, it was fun nonetheless. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then we watched it in 4D at one of those,
like the shaky cinemas.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never done that.
And that was dope. That was in Orlando, I think.
Does it sort of, how's your lunch go? Is it all right? You kind of get it like rolled around. It's
Yeah. I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
used
solid.
to it. I have a lot of experience.
Yeah, right.
Anyhow, Tom got really nauseous.
Yeah, right.
And I thought he was gonna lose it. But it was fun. Like when Kylo and Rey are on that thing, like I got sprayed with a bunch of water. So if you've never done a 4D movie, like it's a lot of fun. And I was like, well, it's Star Wars. It's the last time we may get a chance to see it in theaters, and it's in 4D. I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah, cool. Do you have to wear like a seatbelt?
They do have a lap belt that you should wear.
Oh, right.
But if you're a pro, you're okay.
You just don't want to play by the rules, man.
We won't talk about how I know so much about riding through that stuff, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Cool. So Orlando, is that the? Were you at Chicago? Oh, I certainly didn't meet you in Chicago.
No,
you were just at. So
no,
is Orlando
my
the other
last
one
celebration was in Orlando. I was breastfeeding when Chicago hit, and
yeah, right.
I just couldn't, like, because I had to be with her so much, and it wasn't physically possible at that time.
It's hard enough to get like a cup of tea made while you're breastfeeding as someone who's observed it, not actually done it,
right?
Let alone packing up the family, going to Chicago and walking around for 3 to 4 days. Yeah, like, fair enough.
It just was not, because I had Ahsoka in August, and Celebration was in October, I think.
Yeah, when was it? No, it was earlier than that. I think it was like, was it April? So you've either been very pregnant or had a new baby. Either way, not great for
Either
convention.
way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember. I'd have to Google it.
It was awful. Like, and having a C-section and like having all that scar tissue, like I was just like, I need to heal.
Oh, yeah.
It just wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, I think I could skip the Phantom Menace panel for healing from my C-section, I think. Yeah.
And I wanted to be there. Because I'm such a huge Ahmed Best fan. Like, I'm just, I'm rooting for everybody that's black in Star Wars. But, I mean, the level of shit that he's gone through in his life. Like, he's a fucking hero.
I was at that panel, and it wasn't a great panel, but he was easily the best part of that panel. Like, him coming up and getting a huge cheer. That was by far the best part of the panel. And it was... the panel was fine, but we were quite lucky because we got into Rise of Skywalker, Mandalorian, panels where people are just going crazy, they're going mental. And there was all these rumors leading up to the episode one going, oh, Ewan McGregor's going to turn up. They're going to announce a Kenobi show. Ewan McGregor did not turn up. They did not announce anything. It was just, it was the actors who were already kind of there chit-chatting and stuff. But
yeah,
Anthony Daniels and your normal people. But yeah, Ahmed Best got a really big cheer, and that was sort of the best, the best part.
Yeah, he's a rock star. Just a great person. Jeez.
Bring him back. Well, he was on that show. They did that show, didn't they? The kids show.
I know. Yeah, it was like Legends of the Hidden Temple plus Star Wars.
Is that on Disney+?
Yeah, it was dope.
I might see
Yeah,
if the girls will watch
I
that.
think it
I
was.
think Olive will be into
I
that now.
wonder if
She's
they'll
6 now.
bring that back. Like, as an adult person, I would do that.
They're like, here's Katie, she's 6, and here's Theo, he's 8,
And here's
Maria.
she's 32.
And she's gonna bust some heads. Is that what he said that way?
Fuck yeah, I'm here.
It's like, Ahmed, you're the man. He's like, I'm not Ahmed, I'm Jedi Master. You're like, whatever. All right, let's just get with
Sure.
it. Yeah.
Sure.
Sure you are. Let's just get to this.
Right.
Get
And
there.
I'm not even like competing. I'm just pushing the other kids out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
I want that plastic
I
holocron.
need this lightsaber.
Yeah,
This holocron.
They should.
Oh,
There's a
man,
celebrate.
that'll
There's
be
a
fun.
celebration like thing they should have on the floor. Is like an adult size version of that,
Yeah.
like an obstacle course.
I mean, that would fucking slap. Like, people would love that. A chance to kind of go through like a maze or something. People be into that. Like, I think that'd be dope.
All right, they got a few months. Let's write a letter. Let's quickly get some.
Yeah, we'll get a petition.
Yeah,
going.
come on. Let's use fandom for good for
That's
once.
how you
know,
get
come on.
things done.
Yeah.
That's how we get things done.
So have you got any
yeah.
like? I mean, they haven't confirmed the panels yet, but have you got a sort of like?
Yeah.
I got to be in this panel. Like this is my like.
I haven't even looked at the panels.
Well, I don't think
yet. I'm just
there
gonna
aren't
be
any.
real.
I don't think they actually said what they are yet. But like hypothetically
Okay.
about the stuff that we generally know about. You know, if you had to do a 3, 2, 1 of the stuff I want to go in, like what would you? What's your number one panel you'd want to be
I don't
in?
know. We went to when they debuted the Forces of Destiny thing in Orlando. That
love
was
that.
dope.
I love Forces of
And I
Destiny.
had no idea what the fuck it was going to be, but they said women plus Star Wars. I said, dope. I'm
Yep.
there. And it turned out to be a really great panel. And I ended up, we were like almost front row. We were pretty close. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to the bathroom so bad. And
Pants off, running around.
well, that comes later. But we're in the midst of finding our seats, and Daisy Ridley comes out, and she goes, "It's that way," and
Nice.
I almost shit my pants right there.
That's a pretty legit
But yeah.
excuse.
It is. But yeah, I think if there was another like diversity matters panel or women in Star Wars panel, like that'd be dope.
Yep.
I don't know.
Forces
I
of
guess
Destiny
Mandalorian.
stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
I know that there was, you know, as there always is. There's always people who poo-poo like, "What's the point of this? What's it for?" Like, nobody liked it. Like, my girls still play with those dolls. That was their way into
Ahsoka's
Star
got
Wars.
all of
Like,
them.
they'll be. I think I've said this before. In 10 years, there'll be a bunch of girls, 14, 15, who are like, "That was my way into Star Wars. That was my way in." No, it absolutely achieved what it was supposed to.
Yeah, it hit the mark, and like the aesthetic, the way that the girls are drawn, like everything hit.
Even the
Like,
dolls are the Barbie size.
And they had action too, like they could turn and
Yep.
twist, or they had guns and stuff. You know, I just thought the whole set was dope. I'm like, why can't we get more of this?
Yeah.
Why can't I get a Rose Tico or a Harrison Dula? Like, damn it, keep doing it. Like, that works.
Yeah.
Keep doing more of this. Like, yeah. So I don't know about panels. We got Jedi passes, so I'm not worried
did
about
you?
getting into a friggin' panel.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the shit.
So
I'm
you
not
must have
worried
been
about it.
like pulling that browser open at 12:01.
That's Tom's job. That's the first husband of the podcast. That's his job.
Yeah, you're like, right, get
Yeah.
10 laptops going here, and then
I'm like, all right, here's your job. Book the tickets and the flight.
yeah,
That's it. And he's like, all right.
shit. All
Whatever
right,
you
well,
say,
we'll just be
boss. Like, okay.
in your coattails, because you're just like, I think I might just pop down to this panel that everyone's desperate to get into. Whatever. I don't even want to go. I don't even want to go to Kenobi, but I'm gonna because I can. So all right.
Yeah. It's like, all right, I might go to Kenobi.
You know what'll
They asked
happen
me
if Catherine doesn't get into that Andor panel, if they do one, she's gonna be hey Maria, can I be your +1 to Andor? We got to get her in.
I'm Maria. I'm like, okay.
Like Catherine.
She'll be Maria. I don't even know like how that system's gonna work, but
They don't even like at Chicago. I mean, Chicago they didn't. It was all ballot system. So you just you before celebration you put a thing in like I want to go to this one. I want to go to this one, and then they would just email and you go, oh, congratulations, you got into Rise of Skywalker. Like Rise of Skywalker panel, that was the first panel of the first day. They didn't
Oh my
even
god.
they didn't even really check the tickets when we went in. So we just kind of walked
Oh,
in. They didn't
dope.
scan it, and I remember we kind of
Yeah.
got in and went because we had friends who couldn't go, going, I should just text them
Mhm.
this ticket now, and they could probably just walk in because they didn't scan it and say that that one's been
Yeah.
scanned or anything. But we were too excited at the panel. We were just in. We didn't even worry about everybody else who was out there.
Once you're in, you're
Yeah.
in.
So
That's
I
it.
think Catherine will be fine. If there's an Andor panel, I think we know enough people that if she doesn't instantly get a ticket,
Yeah.
someone will help her out because I know that.
I got her. I got Catherine.
Oh well, there you go,
She's
Catherine.
covered.
If you listen,
She's good. She's got credit with me. She's got good credit.
nice.
So she's good. I don't know. I'd like to hear them finally announce something about the Lando series. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah,
been
man. Where's
a
Donald at?
whisper in the wind forever. It would be nice to get some information on that.
Is he
And
still?
who's writing and directing.
I saw something the other day that there was another season of Atlanta, so it's not like he's not doing stuff.
Yeah.
He's working.
I think that's our best bet for Black people to get a planet in Star Wars. So I'm really excited,
Yeah.
and hopefully they'll do it right. So we'll see, but I don't know. I'm excited about that. We'll see about Kenobi. I mean, we got to keep expectations realistic. It's only like what, 8 episodes or
Like
something?
6, I think. Yeah.
Okay, 6, 8, whatever. My concern is for the Inquisitor character. Like, I just traditionally,
You think they're just going to offer
it
the
doesn't
end?
go. Yeah, I'm hopeful that they'll find a new way
Mm-hmm.
to maybe end it. Everyone who's bad. I can't believe I have to say this in a movie franchise that's built on a redemption arc of an old man who killed a bunch of people who used to be a good guy, but I'll say it anyway. Not everyone who's bad in Star Wars has to die. So,
Yeah.
just some food for thought. It would be cool if she flips to the good side or, becomes a romantic interest or, whatever they want to do. But I just really don't want to see another Black female character killed off just for the sake of killing someone off. There's got to be someone in there with some imagination on how we can end this story in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. But
Yeah. Well,
history's not with us.
I mean, at least they've got a lady
It's just
directing
not.
it, so that's at least maybe there's another
Yeah.
school of thought coming that you wouldn't normally have gotten. So maybe she's bringing a little bit of a
Hopeful.
different perspective onto
It's
it.
Deborah Chow, right?
Yeah, she's doing the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, she did a really good job on Mandalorian. So we'll just have to see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm just expecting just to sort of jump off onto Celebration. I'm just like I keep forgetting that like the last time we went in Chicago was like a world before Baby Yoda. Like
Yeah.
I'm just sort of expecting to see Baby Yoda everywhere in Anaheim, just because it's just kind of weird. Like we were in that panel, and like there was no idea that even existed. Like even like from a merchandising point of view,
Yeah.
I've just got a feeling kind of walk in and be like,
Incredible restraint.
oh, crazy restraint, crazy
Looking
restraint.
back on it, like it's printing money, basically.
Have you got a Baby Yoda in the house, like a plush or anything?
We got a few. We got a few in here. We got the Scentsy warmer, the Baby Yoda warmer.
We got a
We've got
few.
some plushes. We've got some pajamas over there. She's got a pair of pajamas. I got a pair of pajamas.
You're good. You don't need to be buying any
Because
more
they-
Baby Yodas.
I'm a mark. They
yeah,
know.
they
know.
got you. They got your number.
Like, we'll print 20 more of this shit and Maria will buy
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of them. They already know. They're laughing the whole way to the bank because they know. So, jigs up.
Do you go big on the like Orlando? Did you go big on the merch? Did you like come back with bags and bags of stuff?
It depends. Like, especially like when it comes to like shirts and stuff. When you're a lady and you want something that fits nice and doesn't look like you're wearing your dad's t-shirt,
Yep.
it's hard to sort of do that in the middle of Celebration Store where everybody's like rampaging over each other and fighting over, a Sarlacc pit oven warmer or whatever that was. It was like a little mitt.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck is happening right now? Can you people chill out? Um, so we'll see.
I just
I
went
didn't really
like the
leave with a
last
lot of
day.
merchandise.
Yeah, like the.
I got the lounge fly stuff.
Oh yeah. Like, well,
That
Chicago.
was the booth.
I didn't go to the official store at Chicago till like the last afternoon of the last day, and when there was nobody there, and I just sort of walked around, and got a t-shirt, and I wasn't too fussed. I was like, all right, well, I'll get that, and then because there'd been people who'd queued up for hours on the first day, and then I think all the registers went down or something, and there was like one register that they could do it the whole time, and it took people just hours, and they got out and like, wow, was that really worth it to get that t-shirt? I don't know, maybe. Depends what you're into.
Look, you're talking to somebody who paid $100 for the Spirit jersey from Celebration Chicago and didn't go. So, but I love that Spirit jersey. And I was just like, God, I want that so bad.
Is that hang on, is that the orange one?
It's black and yellow.
I'm just trying to remember. It's been so far back now.
It says Star Wars on the back of it.
That sounds about right.
Anyhow.
It's that Star Wars thing with the Star Wars merch on it. Well, the weird thing was that
it's got the Star Wars on it.
After
the one with the star.
That's the one with the star. Can I have the one with the Star Wars on it, please?
Right.
You just rock up at the celebration. Have you got the one with the Star Wars on it?
Well, that's basically my dad at the store, the Disney World store, trying to purchase the Padme Spirit jersey for me.
Yeah, right.
My dad's an old Cuban man in his late 50s, has no idea what he's looking for. He's like, I'm here for the Star War. I need the Star War. And she's like, sir, you're standing in it. Like,
you're surrounded by the Star Wars. Yeah, you're living it, whether you know it or not.
Like, she wants the jersey for the woman. And she's like, okay, all of these clothes are for women. Like, it's fine.
Let's narrow it down. Let's get going. All right.
Yeah.
Have you got another hint? You got another clue here that you can give us?
Right.
They're playing. It's like Wordle. He's just like getting a little clue, and he's taking all the things down.
It's awful. It's awful. And then I'm at work too. Is the other thing. Like, I'm at work trying to coach him through this because he obviously can't figure it out. So he's calling me while he's in the Disney store at Disney Springs. Maria, I don't know which one to get.
There's too much Star Wars.
It's a Star Wars. I'm like, Daddy, put the lady on the phone. Just hand a phone to the nice lady at the store. She was like, hi. I'm like, yes, we need a Padme Spirit jersey in a size large, please. Thank you. That's it.
Oh, the Star Wars. All right, yeah.
It's like, we'll take care of it from here. I'm like, thank you. God bless.
Nice. Hey, look, still a good effort by Dad to get down there and have a crack at it, though.
Right? It's always fun going out with my dad. Jesus God. It's a nightmare, is what I mean.
Late 50s doesn't sound that old. Anyhow, no, that's cool. Well, someone in their 40s. I'm like, late 50s doesn't sound that old.
Yeah.
That'll be me trying to buy things for my teenage daughters eventually.
There you go. Yeah.
When they get bigger.
Unfortunately, it comes with like built-in misogyny, so it's tough.
I can work on that.
It's tough with my dad. Anyway, back to Celebration. It's going to be a fun time.
So where are you? Have you got a hotel? You're in the hotel package? Are you in the Celebration block?
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll be out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We got a room.
Yeah,
yep.
I've still got.
I'll be there.
I booked one. Just when we didn't know what we could do because we didn't want to book an Airbnb because we'd booked an Airbnb for 2019 or whatever it was, 2020, and then we got cancelled, but there was a lot of waiting around because it was COVID and we didn't and I'm like, well, I don't want to do all of that and go through all that again in case it gets cancelled and I can't get my money back until I know for sure. So I booked the hotel because the hotel was like no money up front. I'm like, all right, well, if I get cancelled, doesn't matter. I haven't lost anything. So we actually got an Airbnb sorted out when we knew we could definitely go. So I've actually still got the hotel. I've got to remember to cancel.
Right.
But I've got it like another month and a bit to do that, I think. So
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's dope. Yeah, we're not driving, so we'll be like Ubering around or whatever. But yeah, it'll be dope. Yeah.
I'm just sort of looking forward to Like the evenings. Like the evenings are always really fun, and just because it's going to be warm. Like Chicago was cold in the evenings and stuff. So it was cool. Like you would hang out and do stuff. But like the idea of sitting like outside somewhere in the sort of early evening, having a nice cool drink, going through your bags of Star Wars that you got.
Oh boy. And how? If Star Wars is about anything, it's about merchandise.
Yeah. Well, you're the same as me. If you're not driving,
about.
you're on a plane. So there is some restraint you're going to have to show.
Yeah. Well, and here's the deal. Like a lot of the stuff I'm sure will come out on the Loungefly site after the fact,
Yep.
So I don't have to pull the trigger on every freaking purse, so I'm just going to like narrow it down to like what looks the best and what works for me.
Yep.
I will probably get that Rock Love necklace when I get there. It's what, $130? The Ahsoka Tano Kyber crystal. I'll probably pick that up.
So you're just going to tell your husband to just like pack light. Just take a few shirts and a few pairs and take a big suitcase. You just take like two socks, two underpants, two shorts, two shirts.
He comes built in with,
You can wash your clothes in the sink every second night, and let's just make sure there's plenty of room for me to chuck some stuff in.
Yeah. Well, and here's the deal too. Like Mel's coming down. So I've got another sister that'll be staying with us in the room. So he's basically going to have to sleep outside. But he already knows that. He's already pre-programmed.
Oh, right. Well, he's got a good run. That's the good news. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean, like Chicago, because it was cold, we had, Australians, we're not great with the cold, as it is. But, so we had, where we live in Melbourne is one of the cooler states. So it gets coolish, but we don't get cold.
Snow?
No. Like our winters, I don't even know we're Celsius here. I'm trying to figure out what the Celsius, hang on.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so
no clue.
Like our winters get to sort of
translate
below 60, like 55.
Yeah,
50, that's.
Didn't it snow in Chicago?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I heard about that.
It was the Sunday of the Mandalorian panel, and nice. It was
perfect.
Like it was horizontal in our faces. So there was sort of 5 or 6 Australians there in our little jackets with our beanies on, with our Star Wars spelt out beanies on, out the front, huddling in the cold, looking very going like, and we're a bit blasé, just going, like Melbourne gets coldish, we should be fine, like no problem. And it was just like, you don't know. Like we saw Claire Stribble, there, who's Chicago native, and she looked cold. I'm like, man, if you look cold and you live here,
it's the real deal.
Like, where's the Hawaii celebration or somewhere where it's a little bit more?
Well, I mean, we're gonna get it this go around.
Yeah,
so I think this will be nice weather. I'm thinking sandals, shorts, shirts.
Yeah, wear thongs. Oh, actually, I was gonna say thongs, but like flip flops as we call them in America.
That too.
Yeah,
I'll pack both.
Yeah,
I'll pack both.
Be prepared, just in case. Yeah.
You never know when the thong song's gonna come on, and you got to be prepared.
I just feel like I'm gonna take a pair of thongs. I'm gonna take a pair of thongs. I'm gonna spend all celebration saying thongs in front of the wrong people and explaining myself over and over again. Like, would you like my thongs? I got a great pair of thongs that I brought. Like,
We're gonna auction off a pair for Equality Texas too. Why not?
Yeah, who wants my thongs?
I was like, I told Andre, I'm like, I'm a team player. Like, I'll fucking do it. He's like, no, we're good. I'm like, okay. But I did get a lot of Black Series toys out of the basement, and we'll auction those off for
nice.
Equality Texas, which is the nonprofit that Sistas with Sabers is supporting this month. We're always supporting a charity, but
you guys are good at that.
Right now, trans kids really need the help, so.
Yeah, it's it's not great for them at the moment. Leave them alone. Just let them live their lives.
Right?
Like, who cares?
Right? Jesus God.
Are you still collecting the Black Series stuff? Like, will you go to Celebration, come home with a bunch of figures? Like, do you go for exclusives and things?
No. Even when I did Black Series, it was just like the Rebel stuff,
right.
And Ahsoka, of course.
Yep.
But he had the bug for a while, and then it just got out of control. And he's like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I'm the same.
So it's like, you know what?
I've got a wall full of them, but I've slowed right down. I'm trying to complete the first run, the orange blue run, and I've got one left, and I'm hoping I can get it at Celebration. Hopefully, someone's going to have it there because there's one on Australian eBay, and they want like $170. And I'm like, I'm not paying that.
Oh,
I'll just wait. It'll turn up eventually.
Yeah.
I don't need to.
It will.
Yeah. So
it really will.
Anybody who's
it's
any seller
who's
got a Leia Bush Black Series, that's the last one I need. Be nice. Although now you're probably hearing it. It's like, all right, he's desperate. He'll pay overs for it.
There you go.
I don't know.
Oh man. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be good. It's going to be good just to see you and hang out in person and do that awkward hi, friend from the internet. Like we kind of did a lot of that in Chicago, and so now I feel like I've broken the ice with all those people. But it's good that there'll be new people.
Yeah. See, I was that way at Celebration Orlando. Like we saw Steele, and he was in front of me, and I'm like, it's Steele.
Oh my God!
Like, why don't you go say hi?
He's so tall. He's so much taller in real life.
Right? I'm like, then there's no way that's not Steele with that 90s haircut. I know that guy. And he's like, then go say hi. I'm like, God, I can't go say hi. He's working. Okay. Like he's a big deal. So I didn't, but I just pointed at all the people that I knew. It's like, look over there.
I mean, I've been friends with Steele for years. And even when I came over to Chicago and he knew we were coming and we'd been in touch, he's just on the floor doing stuff. Even then it was a bit like, well, I'll say hi, but he's got like a billion people. So it wasn't like we hung out and had lunch or anything, but we did, hang out afterwards. Yeah. But there's going to be
a lot to do.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a lot of people who's sort of on their home turf too, which is cool. So I like the idea of, I always like that there's going to be some locals.
Raj, he's like hometown guy.
He's like the homecoming king of Anaheim, Celebration Anaheim. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
I've been messaging him today. Actually, we've been in touch about a few things like Kenobi, and then I've got this new merch, which is Anaheim Angels tied in. He's an Angels fan, so he's been my sounding board. I'm like, does this look any good? Do you like this? And so,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I heard he's gonna throw like a really bomb ass rave or something. Right? He's doing a rave at his house.
He's got like a 2-year-old son. I don't know. Have you consulted his wife about this? But who knows? It could be very.
I heard there's going to be a party.
It could just be a very sophisticated wine and cheese, quiet thing, and then the drunken Australians turn up. The drunken Australians turn up trying to take it off the chain. And he's like,
there you go.
But we'll see. I don't know. I'm assuming there's other. I mean, Anaheim's not that big either, and I mean the cool thing, like Chicago is obviously we were quite close to some people, but some people were quite spread out. I think because it's quite small, everybody will be reasonably within a few miles of each other, which will be cool. It'll be easier to say, hey, we'll all just go to this place, or we'll all go do this, or someone's going to be. Okay. But hey, we'll just roll with it.
Yeah, I'm just having a good time, so I'll go where the force carries me. It'll be a dope time. I really do want to get some like on the spot interviews, so I need to figure out how to cue that shit up on the mobile.
Yeah, I had a little pocket recorder. I did like a little blog pod. Sort of, I would just do like little snippets of recordings during the day, and then at about 1 in the morning, I would paste them together and upload it. With the really crappy editing, just as quick as possible. Sort of
right? Just like
get it in, set it up. Who cares? The artwork's pre-done.
Yeah.
And I just had a little like Sony pocket recorder that was quite good, and I've actually bought I've got a Zoom now, so I've upgraded. I sold some t-shirts, some Star Wars t-shirts, and I had enough money to buy a Zoom, like a design. So I've got quite a good one now, but I think a phone would probably work all right. But yeah, like I think the little one was fine, and it wasn't that expensive. It was just like and it was more a dedicated recorder. You put a little card in it, and it just sort of.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah. I'd like to keep doing that.
That'll be dope.
So you're going to sort of do daily podcast drops and things? Is that the plan?
I'm going to ask people questions on the floor, just random people, and ask them, what are they doing to help diversity in Star Wars? Who are they championing for? What are they doing to help marginalized people get into Star Wars?
Nice.
Do they care?
Yeah.
What are they doing to voice those concerns? I think raising awareness is really important, right? I don't know how many fans are aware that there's a problem or that we're trying to fix it. So if you raise awareness and you hold people accountable, it tends to create some sort of at least thought process. If
Yeah.
not like, yeah, maybe I should do that, or maybe that is a thing. Like, we should really investigate that.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
cool because it's not like you're going, hey, man, I want to put you in an awkward situation where you can't answer a question. It's just like, I just want to have a think about it. And if you don't know, that's all right. But
Yeah.
just like have a think. Like,
Yep.
have a sticker while you're at it.
Absolutely. Here's a sticker. And how many black women are in Star Wars that you can think of right now? Like, exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Have a great day. That is it. That's the problem right there. So I think it's important that we keep talking about it and keep asking people about it. So I think that's really important. And if not me, who? Who's going to do it?
Hey, well, it's just let's not get all soppy at the end of the podcast here, but as somebody who 2 years ago was like, well, why can't I be on a podcast? Why isn't everybody asking me and people like me to be on podcasts? I want to do that. And now, like I said, like it or not, you've just started your own empire just because you could, and you did, and it's awesome, And I can't wait to hang out and like have a drink and chit chat and generally high five going down the aisle and see each other as much as we do. It's going to be great fun. So plug away.
I hope there's some Pink Milk fam. I hope there's some Pink Milk fam out there. I am so excited to see them.
Yeah,
that would be dope. So,
I'm just looking forward to seeing the people I know, and then looking forward to the people I don't know yet, and like getting to know them. And I knew a few people at Chicago, and I came away knowing a bunch of people. And I'm just hoping. And I know that there are going to be people who can't make it this year, which is a bummer. But there'll be new friends and new stuff. It's going to be a good time.
I don't know if I'll do any celebrity meet and greets because, most of it's done through plexiglass these days. So I don't know if it would be worth it to get a picture. And from my understanding, you kind of have to have your mask on the entire time. So
yep.
We've got a ton of pictures with people in the past, like Hamill and Hayden, you know, but the only person right now that I can think of off the top of my head that I would get a photo with would be Space Drake, Scad.
Right.
If he was there.
Yeah.
That would be it. Just because, like, he's the man right now. Like, he's doing it, whether you like it or not, you're still talking about it. So he must have did it right, So I think that's the only person I would, or Val, but I don't see Tandy Way coming back anytime soon. But those would be the two people that I would want to get photos with. But either way, it's going to be a dope time. I say this all the time, that it's kind of like a family reunion. Like we all get together and we see each other and we trade pictures and numbers and, hey, I'll call you later. And, it's always a really dope time, whether I meet people for the first time or I re-meet people or, oh my God, there's Sal Perales. Like, what do I say? I'm a nerd, it's going to be a dope time.
I think you'll be able to walk up to Steel Saunders without any problem next time, I think you'll be very happy to see
if he's still got that 90s haircut.
Oh, man.
He won't be hard to miss.
Usually is. Usually does. All right, Maria.
I love giving him shit. I really do. But you know what? Like, I adore Steel. He's a really good person. And he's been really sweet and supportive through this whole thing. Like, even when I was breastfeeding, like, he was there because I was listening.
I'm sure he'd love to hear that.
Yeah, he was there when I whipped it out. Yeah, he would love that. No, he would turn so red.
He would. Although he does have a son. He would know he knows the pain. We would, again, from me, secondhand, not real, but
it's rough.
Oh man, yeah. Oh, all the stuff. We had the little, like, the nipple cups, like the plastic things over the top, the front to stop the cracking. And man, good times.
Yeah.
So good to chat. So good to chat, Maria. Like, plug away. Tell us about your stuff again. We did up front. Sisters with Sabers, still kicking strong.
Yeah, it's been two years we've been doing the show. So if you want to hear more about Sisters with Sabers, it's a show, and it's for us, by us. It's what would happen if Black women had a voice in Star Wars that was all their own. And so that's what it is. So it's explicit for that reason. That's what the E means. It doesn't mean everyone. But yeah, it's a good time. If you're into that, great. If you're looking for something more family friendly, try Father and Son. They're a great Star Wars Black podcast, and it's a dad and his son, strangely enough. And Keith and Kerwin are amazing. So if you haven't done that, check them out or check out Pink Milk. But yeah, so Sistas is my show, and it's been amazing. You can reach us at Sabers with on Twitter, Sistas with Sabers on Insta, Sistas with Sabers on our YouTube. We're gonna do a live stream for Equality Texas next month, where we will do, I guess, makeup dares on each other. So that'll be fun, using the
Nice.
Baby Yoda palette and other Star Wars related items. The Darth Vader palette is out now. So that'll be a lot of fun. But it's all for the kids, like it's all for charity. And that's one of the things that I'm most passionate about with the show, is that we're constantly promoting Black owned businesses and charitable causes.
Awesome. I don't know how to follow that. You're just doing such a great job. The podcast is going so great. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Well, thanks for everybody for listening. It's so awesome having Maria back on again, and you'll hear her hopefully on the floor at Celebration. We're just chit chatting, and we'll stick a microphone in each other's faces and get each other talking at others' podcasts, and that's what it's all about. But yeah, so Star Wars spelt
Like
out
poetry.
It's like poetry. It rhymes. It does. We've got the new Attack of the Clones Angels mashup tees are on TeePublic now. If you wanted to get them while they're there before they get pulled. There are a few beanie spots left potentially. So if you haven't been messaged and you do want one and you're going to be there, you might be able to get one. There's a couple left. There's probably about a week left before we close it. We've got enough to make an order, so they're definitely going to happen. And I think that's about it. So what a pleasure. Thank you so much, Maria.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for thinking of me and having me on.
Awesome. We'll see you soon.